BNC, percent black most all. Finally, that speak us.
U.S. Cannabis Council CEO Stephen Hawkins said in a statement Sunday that, quote, cannabis possession, alleged or real, is routinely used as a pretext by law enforcement around the world to target disfavored individuals and groups. In this case, Russian authorities appear to be using alleged cannabis possession as a pretext for holding a prominent American as leverage. Brittney Griner must not be used as a pawn by Russia. This is not the first time Americans have been detained in Russia on drug charges related to marijuana. In 2019, an Israeli-American woman was arrested at a Moscow airport when 9 grams of marijuana were found in her luggage. She was sentenced to more than 7 years, but later pardoned by Russian President Vladimir Putin. Also in 2019, a New York-based film student was charged with drug possession for allegedly taking more than 19 grams of medical-grade marijuana into Russia. The student was fined $230 after being found guilty. Now, to be clear, these women, like Griner, don't get a pass for breaking international law. But Griner's situation specifically highlights how volatile, yet important, the Russia relationship can be.
We've been seeking the release of Paul Whelan and Trevor Reed for some time, both of whom are unjustly detained. We have an embassy team that's working on the cases of other Americans who are detained in Russia. We're doing everything we can to see to it that their rights are upheld and respected. We've also advised Americans not to travel to Russia. Similarly, we're advising Americans in Russia to leave.
And joining us now is Kimberly St. Julian-Varnon. She's a historian of Russia, Eastern Europe, and the Soviet Union. She's also a book review editor for Ukraine. You know, this is a very difficult situation. We're looking at a young woman who's at the top of her game, serving in the WNBA. She takes a break to go to Russia to earn more money. Does Brittney Griner's arrest put the U.S. in a corner to not shake the tables in Russia's ambition of conquering Ukraine?
I hope not, but I also can't put it above Putin's administration to kind of use her as a bargaining chip. But along with Brittney Griner, as Secretary Blinken said, there are 2 high-profile American cases right now, Paul Whelan and Trevor Reed. Both of these are American men, former Marines who are serving consecutive, very significant prison sentences. I believe Whelan is facing 16 years and Reed is facing 9 years. So the precedence here is that the Americans tend to get hit with very large prison sentences in Russia. And so the other 2 cases that were mentioned earlier about drug possession, I think the problem is those cases weren't as high profile as Brittney Griner's case, but also Brittney Griner is a visible minority. She's also openly gay, and she is a very notable person. And Russia is known for its anti-LGBT stances and its laws. So we aren't sure how her sexuality could be used against her. So I think there are a significant amount of factors that make her case very worrying.
Kimberly, you talk about her being openly gay. She is a black woman. How much of that is Putin trying to tell the United States and the West that his version of the world is what needs to be?
I think it's a strong indication. I mean, Russia has very strict drug laws. And we've seen, since 2020, Putin has used the LGBTQ openness in the United States and ideas of racial equality in the United States against the West. And so I think Brittney Griner, in many ways, she represents everything that Putin and his administration have been openly against. Being a proud Black woman, being a professional Black woman, playing sports and kind of, bending these traditional gender rules, but also being openly gay. And she has tattoos. All of these things are, a big slap in the face to Putin and his conservative idea of what the world looks like. And so this is what makes me worried about her in facing a Russian prison or jail. These are not, facilities, are not nice facilities for regular Russian women and Russian men. There are considerable, issues of violations of human rights in these prisons. And I don't think Americans are any, special. They're not beyond that. Trevor Reed, he's been exposed to tuberculosis and he's been seriously ill since late last year. Paul Whelan has talked about being, abused in his prison in Russia. So being American, unfortunately, does not protect us from the horrors of Russian, prison and jail.
Yeah, and when you bring that up, it is horrible to be in conditions like that in Russia. The only American that I can think of that comes to mind right now who received special treatment and was celebrated was Edward Snowden, of course, for his leaking information about the United States. But in this case, you have, like you said, a proud African American woman, and Russia could actually cause some harm. That's a concern that I think many Americans have. What kind of mental stress can they put her under, and what kind of harm can they expose to her because of the fact that we can't get to her and get her back home?
Absolutely. And I think while we're working to get her out, I mean, Trevor Reed and Paul Whelan's cases took, over a year to get processed and for them to even get to a trial. It doesn't matter if she's in Russian prison for 6 weeks, 6 months, or 6 years. Any amount of time will be incredibly stressful and can be emotionally damaging. So the sooner we can get her out, the better, because the less time Putin has to use her as a pawn, the more beneficial it will be for her.
Kimberly, it has been 3 weeks, and it took that long for those of us in the United States to find out she was even in custody. What do we make of that?
I think there's a lot of moving pieces for this. I mean, from the video, and I watched the video the day it was released. So the news story broke in the United States through the New York Times. But if you speak Russian, and I follow the Russian government on Telegram, they released a video too. So we don't know if that was also the day the Russian public found out about this. I think very much this has to do with the war and she being a part of this or being used for Russian leverage. Otherwise, why did they wait so long to release this information? But I'm hoping that because she has such a high profile in the United States and she's known in Russia, she's played basketball there for over 7 years. Hopefully, this profile will be beneficial to her and will protect her in some ways that other Americans haven't had. But I mean, I'm choosing to remain hopeful here because I don't want to think about the worst case scenario for her.
And let's hold on to that to hope. We thank you so much for joining us this hour. Historian of Russia, Eastern Europe, and the Soviet Union, and book review editor for Ukraine, Kimberly St. Julian-Varnon. Thanks for being here.